Y'all, it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video for you. I just got in my new Pat McGrath Mothership Rose Decadent eyeshadow palette, and I also picked up two of the lippies. This is the Lip Shine in Nude Venus, which they sent me the wrong thing. I actually picked up the Lip Balm in Dark Romance, so I'm just gonna buy it again whenever I go to Sephora this weekend. And then I also got the Lip Fetish in Gold Astral because this palette is just a 6-pan palette. It's kind of tiny. So she looks like this. One thing I will say off the bat, just by holding this palette, it does not feel like normal Pat McGrath quality. The weight of her 4-pan little mini quads feel so much heavier than this. And I mean, all the outside packaging is a hard cardboard, but it just doesn't feel as luxe as normal. And it was just kind of taped shut, so it doesn't feel like the effort was put into it. And then even like the details as far as how smooth the inside of the cardboard packaging looks isn't as good as it normally is. Like, you can look at it and see it's just not, it's not what you would expect, not for the price tag, because this palette was $65 and I ordered it off the Pat McGrath website. But it does have a good size mirror, and it has 6 shades in here. And it has a nice little label that tells you what they are. Now that's kind of cool that on the clear cover that goes over the top, it has the names, but if you look, they are kind of bubbled up. That's kind of a nice feature. And then what is around the eyeshadows is actually plastic. It's just, it's not as good as it normally is, but it's still pretty. And then I also picked up, as I said, 2 of the lippies. And whenever I get in the balm or go purchase the balm, I will do a review over it. So this is the Lip Astral in our Lip Fetish 617 in Gold Astral. The outside of this packaging on the Astral ones is absolutely stunning. It has like the holographic looking glitter, so it has some shade in it. And then when you twist it up, it just looks like a regular lip balm. And then when you swatch it, it's just like a really pretty lip balm with a little bit of gold and pink sparkle to it. I chose a very simple one because I've been really into colored lip balms lately. And then this is the Nude Vinyl Shine and the Lip Shine Vinyl, or Lip Shine 519. These are Lip Fetish Vinyl Lip Shine in the shade Nude Venus, which looks like this. So this is more of the standard lipstick formula. Same kind of packaging. It's not fully opaque, but it's not completely sheer either. And I actually like the formula in person better than I thought I would, but it does have a little bit of tackiness to it. So that's what those two look like together. Now we'll get into the fun part, and that is swatching the eyeshadow palette. So the first color is Pink Champagne, which is more of a satiny metallic. Then we have Peach Dusk. Sorry, it's hard to read. The text is tiny on those. Then Fuchsia Flame. And Hedonistic Rose. So there's 2 mattes and some shimmers. So first up is Pink Champagne, Peach Dusk, Fuchsia Flame, and Hedonistic Rose. Okay, then we have Scandalous. I gotta hold that up so I can see. It's, my eyes are getting old, which is a beautiful copper shade, and Gilded Honey, which is a beautiful gold. So they all swatch beautifully. There's only 2 mattes. So the eye look is not gonna be super interesting today, but it'll still be pretty. Now, one thing I will say is she doesn't have in this palette any of her really special shades. Like this is the, which palette is this? This is the pink, mini pink palette. I don't remember what this one's called, but it looks like this. And it's got those really special, super sparkly shades. I pulled this out because when I saw this, I was like, well, there's not an inner corner, so I think I'm gonna mix in that pink and gold duochrome as my inner corner. So we're gonna start off with priming our eyes. I'm gonna use the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer. I got this in either a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy. So as you can see, just applying a tiny little bit. I do like the thickness of this eyeshadow primer. I like the way it feels. Because even though I still have some of that Anastasia left, I didn't feel like that was going to work well for this palette because there's not a whole lot, as I said, that I can do with it. So I'm gonna start off with my Sigma E38 blending brush, and we're gonna go into the shade Peach Dusk right here. There is a lot of kick up in the pan. And we're going to start applying it to our eye. Now that primer has a lot of tack to it, which I don't mind. So if you see me pulling on my eye a little bit, it's because, well, there's a lot of tack to it. But it seems to be holding on to the color really well. And just blending that out. That's a beautiful shade though. But that looks really good fluffed in the crease. Just keep blending. I'm trying to remember to grab my brushes down lower because I tend to not really hold them hard, but hold them high to get a better eye look. So now we're gonna go into the shade Hedonistic Rose, and I'm just gonna take a smaller brush. This is my Sigma E42, which is just a smaller blending brush. And we're going to go ahead and apply that in our crease, slowly blending it in, but focusing that really into our crease and then on the outer portion of the lid. That's a pretty color too. Very, very pretty. I always loved Pat McGrath's eyeshadow formula, her mattes as well as her shimmers, but I think where the money in lies, where I think that they can be worth it if you want the unique shades, is the unique shades. Because if she came out with a palette of all mattes for $125, I wouldn't purchase it. And I own almost all of her palettes except for some of her 6-pan palettes. So just go back and blend, blend, blend. Okay, now I'm just gonna pull, oops, that's wrong brush. This is a, what brush is this? This is a Morphe brush. It doesn't say which one. I think it came in a BoxyCharm. And I'm just going over the edges with the clean brush just to make sure everything is nice and soft and blended. Since I don't have anything lighter to blend into, and those are the only 2 mattes that I have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my glitter glue, and we're going to apply that on the lid There we go. Someone is on their cell phone right outside the window here, so if you can hear them, I am sorry. This is just a Morphe flat brush, which is typically what I use. Just any type of brush that's like that to blend in my glitter glue. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the fuchsia shade right here, which is, what was that? Fuchsia Flame. And apply that towards just in the middle of my eyelid today. There we go. And I think I'm going to take the pink champagne color and apply that on the inner third of my eye, blending it into the pink champagne, or blending it into the fuchsia flame. Okay. So far I think that looks really pretty. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the camera, go put on the rest of my face, and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line and the lips, and we'll talk about what my final thoughts are on this palette. So I'm back with the rest of my face on. I did actually put on some false lashes today. I'm using the Eylure 3/4 length, I think these are 005s is the style. I use these all the time. They've changed the packaging on them, but they're very natural looking, but they make your eyes look like your lashes look extremely thick. So before we go ahead and blend some shadow under there, I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath Permagel eyeliner in Extreme Black, and I'm gonna use that on my waterline today because I want more of a smoky look. I always like a good smoky eye look. So I'm going to start off with the smaller brush, and I'm going to go into the Hedonistic Rose. So go ahead and blend that. But I will say this, Pat McGrath eyeshadows blend like an absolute dream. Now I'm gonna take the bigger brush that I had the peach on. I'm not gonna add any more product. And I'm just holding it kind of low down, but holding it almost straight up, just to really diffuse the edges of that Hedonistic Rose. And I'm just using whatever peach is left over on there to help blend it out. So I think that's the eye look for today. Now I am going to go into, I think this is, I don't remember, this is like their little mini pink quad that was holiday this year. I'm gonna take, this is just the Sigma E30, a little pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into that pink and gold duochrome and just apply that in my inner corner for some brightness. Now while I'm doing that, I will kind of give you some of my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. It is gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And you know, whenever you look at the price of like a Tom Ford quad, which is like $80 for 4 eyeshadows, I do think it's worth the money to me. Now, will it be worth the money to everybody? No, especially since it is missing the really special Pat McGrath shades, which is part of what makes her eyeshadow formula stand out. So the palette would be one of those things that it would be up to you. If you absolutely love Pat McGrath like I do and you collect them, then there's your answer. But for $65 for 2 mattes and 4 shimmers, and they're not extremely blinding shimmers, that is up to you. So I'm gonna go into the Nude Venus Divinal Lip Shine. It feels beautiful on the lips. Like on the back of my hand, it felt sticky. On the lips, it doesn't. So I'm not sure why. But these are great. Again, they're $36. You can find lips that are cheaper that'll perform the same. I buy them because I adore Pat McGrath's formula, and I have a large collection of Pat McGrath. These, for the most part, if you can find them on sale, definitely worth the price. But if you're paying $36, I'm not so sure. But the eyeshadow palette for $65, I do love it. I think it's beautiful. Look at this eye look. Is stunning, absolutely stunning. I think it performed wonderfully. It performed just like the rest of the Pat McGrath. I'm a little bit disappointed that the packaging is not more luxe, especially for the $65 price tag. But you know, I will get over it because it performed great. But yeah, I like it. So, and that's the one thing about it. It's like, I hate to say, yes, you need to go out and buy something, because that's not my MO. I'll tell you if I like it, and I mean, you know, I would purchase it because I did purchase it. I purchase all of my makeup, and I am a big eyeshadow fanatic. I mean, as you can tell, that is like my favorite thing to play with. And I mean, Pat McGrath, I'll always spend. But you have to decide on if it's worth it to you. So if you like this look, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know your favorite Pat McGrath product. But I guess that's it. Don't forget to check me out on all my social media: Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all on Friday. Bye.